Pokemon fan games have come a long way, but even with how much they've evolved, there are still some ideas that are just a little too crazy to exist in actual games. With mechanics so imaginative that Game Freak could only dream of implementing, and visuals so incredibly polished they could fool even hardcore fans into thinking they must have missed the last Pokemon Presents. Today we're taking a look at 5 amazing Pokemon games you'll never get to play. What if Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl weren't, This is the question Millennium Loops try to answer in their concept for Pokemon Adventure Sinnoh. At least based off the title for the first video in this project, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Remakes Reimagined. With over 1 million views, this first came out in March 2021, literally just a couple of weeks after the first Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl trailer. In the description, they literally say this was just 1 week's worth of work, which is insane to think about when you look at what they were able to create. I actually forgot if this is how the original Brilliant Diamond and Pearl trailer starts too, with the original DS like that. I'm sorry to already pause, but how many of you guys had this DS and the hinge just snapped or broke entirely? Oh my god. How? How do you make this in 1 week? That is insane. They basically continued to develop that idea we just saw into a more fully fleshed out, honestly official looking trailer. Like, if I wasn't super into Pokemon as I am and someone sent me this, I would totally believe it was an upcoming game. Rideable Pokemon, baby! Yes, this would be so sick, and maybe we'll get something like it in Winds and Waves. We've seen you can go underwater. The music just gives me chills, man. I don't know what it is about it. It's so intense, so cool. And they got voice acting? Come on. I think this is a more controversial one, so let me know in the comments whether you'd like to see voice acting in Winds and Waves or any other future Pokemon game. Because technically there is already voice acting in spin-offs like Pokemon Masters, and I think certain scenes would have popped a lot more if they had voices. Wait, I completely forgot. They were showcasing real-time battles, which we did of course end up getting in Legends EA, like 4 years later. Maybe they took a little inspiration from this or realized how many fans actually wanted something like this. Of course there's more. Wait, I just realized it's Mega Infernape. Took me a second to lock in and realize that doesn't actually exist in an official game. Voice acting, real-time gameplay, rideable Pokemon. I'm not kidding. The only part I didn't like was this is not a game. It hurts. But yeah, sometimes concepts are just too good to be true. And that may sadly be forever the case with the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Maybe there's a reason why we haven't heard anything about Black and White remakes yet. I think they're gonna spend a little more time cooking. Before moving on, I wanted to show off that the creator of this concept is actually working on another project called Johto Adventures. And I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like this one may actually be playable at some point in the future. With the same level of detail and quality, if not even better. I mean, the lighting here just looks amazing. There's a couple of different videos showcasing this project. I don't want to say game because I'm not 100% sure if it will be playable, but it looks absolutely sick. I highly recommend subscribing to Millennium Loops in case they ever do come back with another banger, because literally all the videos they've posted, their ideas are very, very cool. And believe it or not, this is not the last time in this video we'll see a Legends Johto, so stay tuned. But anyway, let's move on to our second concept, and actually to a completely different realm when it comes to Pokemon remakes, the realm of HD 2D. In the past, I've made a couple of videos discussing what could have been if Game Freak never went 3D. Could Pokemon games have maybe looked something like this? So this is a concept known as Pokemon Fixed This whole concept is based on Octopath Traveler and Live Alive's HD 2D remake. I don't know if that means the actual locations are locations from those games or if they were new locations in the same style. It's so weird because this looks like it's playable, like a demo, but I think it's just an animation or maybe a mod of Octopath Traveler itself. I'm not sure. I don't think they ever made like a making of video, so I honestly don't know how this concept was put together, but it looks very impressive. And again, I've done a whole video on whether Pokemon should have stayed 2D or if that would have been better for them in the long term. If you want to check that video out, it'll be linked somewhere. But Jax isn't the only person that's done Pokemon in this HD 2D style. In fact, there's one concept I've covered in the channel before that is playable, or at least a demo of it. Pokemon Gamma Emerald. I can't believe it's already been a year since this came out. Personally, I love the combination of 2D sprites with 3D-ish worlds, and specifically I love the particle effects that Undream Panic, the creator of Gamma Emerald, has chosen. I know this style is not for everyone, but I really do wonder if Pokemon would have stuck to 2D. Would they have invented this style before Square Enix? I know there was another Japanese creator that made the Johto region in HD 2D, and there's another creator here by the name of Fionx that has done Pokemon HD 2D and Unreal Engine 5 that's recreated almost the entirety of the Kanto region in HD 2D, which is insane. Like how much work probably went into recreating the whole region. This is just beautiful. Oh man. I don't even care if there's no battles. I would want to just walk around Kanto, but I don't think there's a playable version of this either. But man, does it look cool. Imagine you could actually just walk up and encounter the Pokemon or even just throw the ball Legends Arceus style at them. Very much reminds me of Lumen Tale, which if you don't know is a standalone creature collecting game very much inspired by Pokemon and actually created by the developers of a previous Pokemon fan game. And like we've just seen, they decided to go with an HD 2D style, which I think a lot of Pokemon fans, especially older fans, nostalgic for that 2D sprite era, would really, really like. So highly recommend checking out Gamma Emerald and Lumen Tale if you do want a playable version of this graphic style. Also, this whole video is over 30 minutes long, so yeah, if you want to check out the full thing, you can just leave it on in the background. There's pretty much, I think they've actually recreated the entire Kanto region. You can see here, Zapdos on top of the power plant and Rock Tunnel. That is sick. So let me know what you think of this HD 2D style. Would it fit for Pokemon, and would you like to see them do a remake or even a spin-off game in this style? Already we've seen two very different concepts. One that basically answers what Pokemon remakes could be on the Switch, and another that questions if Pokemon games should have ever went 3D to begin with. And this next one tries to answer something entirely different. 2,000 years after the darkest day, peace in this realm grows fragile, and a new legend must emerge. What if Pokemon Legends stuck with the games being set in the past? You guys know I've recently been playing Pokemon Z, which is what many fans expected a Legends Kalos to be, set in the past during the war with King AZ. This next concept does something very similar, but instead of Kalos, we're going back to the past of Galar. Pokemon Legends Galar was first conceived by Dusty Go-Goat, and they've collabed with some other amazing creators to put this project together. And honestly, this is another one that if I wasn't so into Pokemon and someone showed me, I would 100% believe this is the next Pokemon Legends game. I was wondering if they would have new or like custom forms, and they definitely do. We got Charizard Z at home, boys. Wait, that's actually so cool. A prehistoric Charizard? They popped off with this one. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep saying that. As always, there's more. Zacian and Zamazenta? That's the sword and the shield and the crown? So they're hinting at a third legendary. This is not a real game. Why they got to put that, man? Like, we know. I wish it was, though. I gotta hit all three of these with a subscribe because this project looks amazing. So let's check out their actual YouTube channel here, Head Cannon Studio. Okay, wait, this is the one that we just watched. So I guess the next one after would be New Starter Evolutions. That Charizard looks amazing. The way that they did the fire on the tail, and the environments too. I mean, it's definitely giving Legends Arceus, which I definitely missed being able to explore the wilderness in ZA. I gotta clear up, because I always say that I liked Legends ZA, and I did enjoy the gameplay, but I was absolutely not a fan of the whole game being just Lumio City. That's still so disappointing. So this is awesome. Who is that character though? What the heck? Is this an original character? They kind of look like Wally or maybe N? Oh my god, the Pokeballs. Wait, I just realized they're not exactly Hisuian Pokeballs. They have like a pattern on them. What the heck is that? We got a Stonjourner pre-evolution. Oh, that's so cute. I love the way they did the face. And I just noticed too, the characters are wearing armor. Very fitting for like a medieval themed region. There's little bits of it here and there that make me think it's actually playable because you see the character walking, but sadly this is just a concept and I don't think will ever be made into an actual game. And here we have all 3 starter evolutions. Damn, that's really cool. I love the collar on the Superior. I don't know who I would pick, to be honest, from these. They all look sick. I'm still really curious who this is. I would have to guess N. What? Wait, that's so cool. So each of the starters is like a different ride function, which makes sense because in Legends Arceus, you could catch all 3 starters in the wild too. So you could definitely get all 3 starters in the same playthrough, I guess. Oh my gosh, flying over old Galar. I don't know what city that would be. Maybe Motostoke? Wait, is that the Crown Tundra? I think it is. This is the only area I can think of that has like a moat. Trailer ain't over yet though. We get another look at Gigantamax, Charizard, and Nidoking. Oh wait, the Gigantamax actually looks different too. Oh, that's so sick. I love the design of those. I'm not gonna spoil everything in this video either. You guys can go check out the individual starter videos if you want. They have a little behind the scenes look at the end of that last trailer into how everything was made. But the next concept we're checking out might just be the most unique one of them all, because it's not just trying to imagine something Pokemon could have or should have done, but its own entirely original region. I've seen plenty of Instagram accounts and even YouTubers try to create their own Pokemon region, and sometimes those regions even become fan games. But I think this might be the first and only one I've seen in 3D, and with such a unique aesthetic trying to take after Gen 7 or Alola. Even watching it, I don't know if this is modded into the Sun and Moon games or if it's an animation made to recreate the art style of Alola, but either way, they absolutely nailed it with the presentation. If someone told me this was a new DLC for the Sun and Moon games, I would have believed it. So the creator of this concept, Fakimans, has been around for a pretty long time creating their own Fakimon. Pretty sure I featured them before on my channel with the starter evolution predictions videos. But if you take a look at their account now, it's pretty much all the new region they're working on. And we actually did skip over the cover legendaries. There was a little trailer for them too. Oh my god. That thud scared me. Maybe we don't get to learn the names or typings yet, but dang, they look so cool. Kind of look like grass and fire type. Looks like the next trailer is just random Pokemon. It's not more starter evolutions. Maybe the early normal type of the region. Oh my god, it's based on a sugar glider. I remember my cousin had a sugar glider. It was so cute. How I wish this could be real, man. They look so cute in the game. Again, just the dedication to not just do amazing real looking Sugimori art, but also recreate them in a game and make it look like Sun and Moon is just amazing. But even the trailer style, I didn't mention, it perfectly recreates the Pokemon Sun and Moon trailers. It just keeps getting better. Now they're trying to recreate, of course, the, I guess at this point you can say, old school intro for the Pokemon Presents with Pikachu. Wait, the starter final evolutions already? I'm literally watching this like it's a real Pokemon trailer reveal. This is so cool. I love it. I'm definitely still team Riffru, and it's got a signature move too. Grass Knuckle. Oh, dang. That looked visceral. All right, let's see. Fire Fairy. Oh. Whoa, okay, that cry was kind of intense. Dia Blaze. Fire and Dark type. Signature move is going to be Infernal Maw. Oh, damn. Whoa. Wait, that looks like a... Not a Z move, like a... What are they called? Terrestrialized form? Okay, we're moving right along. We got Macampus. I would have never guessed water flying type. Yo, that's... Okay, yeah, no, this is definitely my second pick now. And for the signature move, we got Torrent Strike. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they look like Z moves. I mean, Sun and Moon first introduced Z moves, so to have moves that kind of have that similar vibe, it's pretty cool. The amount of work and detail put into each and every one of these Fakemon to bring them to life, you know, this is just amazing. There's still so much more, so like the other concepts, I'm not going to show you guys every single thing. I'll leave a little bit for you to discover for yourself, so if you go to Reels, they have even more videos. Whoa, oh my god, wait, they even recreated the...
Pokemon registered to the Godiaday.
There's voice acting?
Magistox, the toxic ruler Pokemon.
I want to just... can I just call the video?
Once it claims a
this is...
territory,
Wow. What can I even say? It's an Australian Pokedex, but also just recreating the Sun and Moon Pokedex animation and like the Pokemon, the 3D model itself being animated. That is just so cool. Now we've seen a lot of amazing concepts so far, but to wrap up this video, we're going to take a look at perhaps the most nostalgic one. Yep, it's Pokemon Legends Celebi. Kind of like the one that kickstarted at least the 3D realm of these. Well, this is actually a re-upload. I don't know how many views it had back in the day, but considering the reactions had almost 500,000, I imagine it must have had at least over 1 million views on the original trailer. Sadly, this re-upload didn't do nearly as well, but the creator, Yasir, is actually working on that Legends Galar that we took a look at earlier, and also does their own unique animations, like an anime opening for Legends Arceus, which I can't play the music of, because it's literally the one from Demon Slayer, but maybe you can imagine it in your head, and just appreciate the animation, most of all, because this is amazing. Locking back into Pokemon Legends Celebi, you can clearly see the inspiration. And I love the starter choices, by the way. I didn't mention it yet, but very cool to get some love for Grottle. You don't usually see it. Oh wait, is it a Sakura? Like a Cherry Blossom Torterra? Whoa, wait, Fire Electric Blaziken? I don't know about that Greninja, but dang! That is awesome. I mean, the Blaziken, Fire Electric, I love the typing. So I would probably pick Blaziken for this game. And again, it's very much like Legends Arceus, like a what if Legends Arceus but in Johto. So yeah, the ride Pokemon are pretty similar to the ones for... Wait, I say they're similar, but what the... Whoa. Wait. Oh my god, because there's Shadow Lugia, so there's like a light Ho-Oh? What was that actually? And there's a Blood Moon? Oh! What? Wait, those are sick. What the hell? I'd actually never seen this until right now, so I am genuinely surprised. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I mean, are they third stage evolutions? Regional forms? Huh. Absolute banger, man. And there's more! There's always more, isn't there? Oh, that is genius. Red as Volo? That makes so much sense. I mean, he's like the original Volo. Oh man, that was quite a ride. And honestly, I love them all. If I had to pick just one of these to become a real game, I don't think I could. They're all so cool in their own way. If I somehow came across a genie and had only one wish, then I might actually go with the HD 2D, just because it would have set us down an alternate reality where Game Freak kept making more games in that style. I just think it fits Pokemon, and yeah, there is a little bit of nostalgia. Okay, actually, there's a lot of nostalgia. I absolutely love the Pokemon sprite era, and even to this day, I mainly play Pokemon fan games that still feature sprites. So I would absolutely love to see the timeline where Game Freak stuck with 2D and still makes games, maybe both 2D and 3D, you know? I think they can definitely do some spin-offs or just some games still with the old style. Maybe a remake in HD 2D. Let me know in the comments below. Same question. If you could only pick one of these games to become real, which one would it be? And make sure to go follow the creators of each of these amazing concepts in the description. Most of them are still working on them or posting updates about these projects, so give them a follow and stay tuned to whenever they post new updates about it. I think it's time we get back to playing some games you can, actually play. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.